Hey guys, my name is Nori and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a book haul, and most of the time, if you did not know, I love to thrift books. I like to go thrift shopping to go look for books. Now some of these are brand new or half priced, or my first ever physical ARC, which I'm so excited. Excuse me, phone, I was talking. Continuing on, it was my first ever ARC, and I'm part of the book tour, and I cannot wait to show you guys this book because I'm super excited about it. But we are going to continue on. Now, I think I'm going to start with the graphic novels to get them out of the way, but I will post a timestamp if you don't really care about graphic novels or manga, because I do have one manga. So I'll post a timestamps if you just want to see the actual books, but I'll start with graphic novels just to get them out of the way because your girl did some shopping. Okay. Alright, so the first book that I wanted to talk to you guys about, it is my only manga, and it is My Hero Academia, and that is Vigilantes. Now, I'm not going to be buying single volumes of My Hero Academia. I do love the anime with all my heart and soul, so I want to purchase the box set because it's more expensive buying them volume to volume. I'll just get them in one because I love the series. I know I love the series, and I cannot wait to pick up the manga. So I've heard nothing but really good things about it. And pretty much, if you did not know, My Hero Academia is some people were born with superpowers and go to the academia or the hero school to try out, pass a test, and then be trained to be heroes. But in this series right here, we have the Vigilantes, which means they didn't actually make the cut for heroes. So they band up and try to defeat crime themselves, but it's really hard to do that when you are inexperienced and you have not trained with your power that long. So this is going to be such a fun ride. Again, I've heard nothing but wonderful things about the series, and I cannot wait to pick it up. Next up, we have XMen Gold, Back to the Basics. This was actually a recommendation from Kenny. If you ever watched this, or Josh will probably tell you, hi Kenny, thank you. I actually found this at my local comic book shop for half off, and y'all know that graphic novels are expensive. So every time I see a sale, I have to get it. And I've always talked about wanting to get into Marvel, and Kenny knows that I love X-Men, and he was like, hey Nori, he told me this a long time ago and I never picked it up, but again, I picked it up because it was on sale. And he was like, no, you should try X-Men Gold. And when I saw this, I was like, snatch. So the blurb literally says, with such strong storytelling, it's hard not to feel like it's an incredible time to be an X-Men fan. And y'all know I am Team DC for life. I am. But I have very few exceptions for Marvel love, and this one is definitely top 3. So I love the X-Men. I've always loved the X-Men. I used to watch their cartoons as a little girl, which I don't know who has it. Is it Disney Plus? Disney Plus has the original X-Men cartoons, and I've been rewatching them. And yes, the graphic it looks horrible, but it's still great storytelling, and I've been enjoying it. So I cannot wait to pick this up and rekindle my love for X-Men. The next comic book that we have here, it is Robotech by Brian Wood and Marco Terrini. Now, first of all, again, I got this on sale. Your girl loves sales, but can we just appreciate how gorgeous this cover is? Like, we love this cover. But this is an actual remake or reboot of the original Robotech, and obviously I had to get it because you know what it says on the top? It says a fantastic read, 5 out of 5 stars. We love to see it, so hopefully I actually give it a 5 out of 5 stars. But pretty much it is the ship lands in this mysterious island, and then 10 years later the Robotech company has pretty much helped everybody settle into a new civilization, but danger looms within the sky, and it's one epic adventure. And this cover is gorgeous again. and I'm excited to read this. Again, it says 5 out of 5 stars. Like, why would I not pick it up? It's on sale, of course. And the last one that we have here, we can call this a graphic novel or we can call this a comic. I know there was a awesome discussion under one of my videos. What is the difference between a comic and a graphic novel? If you want, you can go check that out. And this one was up for grabs or up for debate because some people call it a comic and some people call it graphic novels. Actually, both of them make a lot of sense. So I have no idea what to call this, but it is a splurge and it's a brick. I splurged. And I have zero regrets, like zero regrets. I love the series with all my heart and soul. As you can see, this is actually I don't want to call it book one. No, because this is already a book one. This is practically the omnibus of all of Saga's 9 volumes. Yes, it is a splurge, but as a collector, as you can see back right here, I've been collecting graphic novels slowly because they are quite expensive for each and every volume, but I have been building up my collection and it has been a blast. And I have actually read all 9 volumes of this and I have been dying to purchase it, and I was like, you know what, I'll start purchasing them volume through volume. So I'll go like volume 1, volume 2. Actually, I have volume 1 in my collection, and then this bad boy came out, and this bad boy is $60. It's $59.99. If you go to whatever store, most of the time you can actually find a coupon so you can get it cheaper, but I like to support my local shops and my comic book shop as well because I do not want them to go out of sale. So I had no problem buying this with no coupon, but if you got it, go ahead and get it. This one was $60, but it is 9 volumes. And the first one, it's like $10, but like volumes 2 through like 9, they're either $10 or $12, which means that the series costs like, I want to say like $100. Easily $100 to $95 plus tax. Over $100 for all those 9 volumes. But then there's this bad boy right here. It's $60 and you can have it all. And it is beautiful. It is thick and I love the series so much. This is a space opera and it's a lot. I can't really flip through the pages because if you've read the story, you know that there is some very lovely, graphic, weird things going on here. But honest to God, it is incredible. It is amazing. I love it so much. Volume 9, I will never recuperate, but I've heard that there is a talk on the internet that there might be something happening. I know that Brian said that he was working on something else, so I was like, y'all, I need this because I'm dying to reread it and enjoy it again. So highly recommend that you pick up Saga. Alright, y'all, so starting off with all of my physical storybooks, if you want to call them. I always have a hard time calling them. They're all books. Starting off with my books, I have to give it to Blaze Wrath Games by Amparo Ortiz. Y'all, this is my first physical arc. And I'm so excited. And I'm actually part of the bookish tour because this is an own voice rep because our main character, Lana, is Puerto Riqueña just like me. And again, we in BookTube always talk about representation and how it's important. And again, there's not a lot of Puerto Riqueños out there in books. And this is 1 and the author is 2 and I'm represented, and where I came from, my island is being represented in a fantasy setting, y'all. There are dragons. I repeat, there are dragons. Alright, so in this world there are the Olympic Games, but in these Olympic Games you actually are a dragon rider, and Lana has always wanted to play in these games. And for the very first time, Puerto Rico is actually allowed to compete with the rest of the world, which is very exciting. It actually happened a couple years ago with the Olympic Games. Chef's kiss. We love it. And when a spot opens up to play in these games, she quickly takes it. But there is something going on behind the scenes, and things take a rapid turn for the worse as one of the ex-players superstar teams up with another dragon to practically start harming and destroying everyone because he wants the games canceled. So there's a lot of conspiracy, there's a lot of politics, plus we are in this dangerous dragon sport relay, and it's everything that I've ever wanted. It's like fantasy, own voices, there's representation, and there's dragons. And look at this cover, y'all. Look at this cover. You can call me biased or whatever, but like the cover, look at it. Just look at it. It's amazing. And I cannot wait. Like, I've already started reading it, and I literally just want to devour this book and tab it up 500 million times. We love to see it. We are going to move on, because if not, I'll just keep talking about own voices and representation. We're moving on. The next book that I have is the only book that I really purchased fully, but not fully because it was on sale. Of course. And it is A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green. Y'all, I talked about an absolutely remarkable thing, and I gave it a 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. And when I found out that this book was coming out, I was like, I need it. I actually don't have the first book in my collection, but I'm working on it because I'm gonna order it so I can have both of these books. Now, I loved the first one, and it hit me like a train because I was not... At first, I was like, oh my god, like, really? We have this unlikable main character. And then as the book went on, I was literally biting my nails, and I was wishing everybody the best. It was crazy. I fell in love, and I fell deep. And then we have this book right here. Now, I can't talk about this book because you need to read the first one, and I won't talk about spoilers. We follow April May. April May, documenting or filming stuff with her best friend, actually come across this gigantic architecture, and she decides to make this funny YouTube video asking it random questions, but it actually turns out that this architecture is actually a piece of alien, and she names it Carl. So the Carls start appearing worldwide, and now everybody is like, oh my god, we have aliens on Earth. Is this good? Is this bad? And it turns into a gigantic political mess, and stuff goes down in the book. Honest to god, it's so good. So we have April May, and because she did that video, she literally skyrockets with her presence in the media, and has a lot of commentary on media, social media, bullying, and kind of taking things over the edge because you are on social media, aka Twitter. But yeah, I love the first book, highly recommend. And here's the second book, and I literally cannot wait to sink my claws into it because I need to know what happens. And all I'm gonna say is that in this book, I know that there is talk about a book that can predict the future. So it's like, oh my god, where are you taking us, Hank Green? So I'm so excited to pick this up. Next book that we have here, it is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. Y'all, this is a floppy paperback. We love to see it. And Morgan Matson is highly known for summer contemporary, maybe some romance in there. And it's summer, and I've been reading a lot of contemporary, so it's great. I actually picked this up because I was thrifting for certain things, and then of course I went to the book section, of course. So this talks about Sloane and Emily, and Sloane took Emily under her wing, and one day Sloane disappears and leaves Emily a to-do list, and then there's this guy Frank who's going to assist her on this, I guess, epic summer adventure cross list thing. And I love it. I love, love, love summery contemporary romances. These are great palette cleansers. I usually use my romances, adult romances, and contemporaries as really nice palette cleansers for when I read all of my fantasy and sci-fi as well. So I cannot wait to pick this up. I actually have another Morgan Matson somewhere along here. It's right here. I don't know, you can't see it, but it is right here. So those two are going to be roommates now on my bookshelf. The next book that I found and bought is a little weird, but you're about to find out something about me. It is Anna Kendrick, Scrappy Little Nobody. This is her autobiography, and I'm obsessed with trolls. I'm gonna just put this out there. I was a preschool teacher for years, so I have seen a lot of animated movies. I've seen a lot of cartoons, and I absolutely love them. But Trolls was in my classroom for years, and I loved it so much. It's one of those soundtracks that I can literally listen to without complaining, okay? And Anna Kendrick, if you did not know, she does Trolls. She was in Twilight. She was in Broadway. So, and Pitch Perfect. How can I forget Pitch Perfect? We love to see it. So, she is a comedian, and she's a singer. And she is all the above, honest to God. I love her. She is so funny. And I saw this and I was like, okay, so I love Trolls. I love Pitch Perfect. I love Twilight, even though it is very problematic, but I love Twilight. As long as I can recognize that and tell you guys that it's very problematic, but I still have a love relationship with it. I had to pick this up, y'all. I did. Alright, so the next two books that I have here, we are coming with a throwback, and that is Magic Treehouse series. I have 53 and 52, so I should 52 and 53 by Mary Pope Osborne. Let me tell you, this is one of the reasons why I started reading chapter books. This and Where Are You, Boo? Right here. This too are the reasons why I have this collection behind me. This gigantic collection, and I read 100 plus a year. These two books are the reason why I love the Magic Treehouse with all of my heart and soul. And I saw these and I just could not resist. I would love to own all of these and actually read it, and I can pass it down from generation to generation, because it's just that good. And not only are these epic adventures for children, but they're actually pretty educational as well. And the inner teacher in me is thriving. So the first one, it is Shadow of the Shark, and the second one, it is Soccer on a Sunday. So I believe this is about the Olympics that happened in Mexico. Yes, in Mexico City, the World Cup that happened in 1970. And then this one was talking about hungry shark attacks. So sharks are very mysterious creatures, and God only knows why they have so many teeth, but I love learning about them. And again, my inner teacher is thriving, and I cannot wait to pick these up. Even though I can probably read these in less than like 20 minutes, I'm still gonna love it and I'm still gonna enjoy it. The next two books that I have here are the illustrated classics, I believe. Great illustrated classic. We have The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, and then we have The Adventures of Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. And it's actually a video that I am working on. You will see it soon, I promise. I pinky promise, pinky up. So I've been working on a video of all of the classics that I want to get into, and coincidentally I actually found these for like 50 cents each. And I have Moby Dick somewhere in the Great Illustrated Classics, so I was like, I'm gonna buy these because these two books equal $1, and I already have some in the Great Illustrated Classics. So I was like, I'm not going to throw away my shot. Oh yeah, just went there. And the last book here that I'm going to show you, it is The Haters by Jesse Andrews. And this is kind of a weird pick, but then I read the synopsis and then it totally makes sense. I'm actually trying to build up my yellow books because God knows why people love to make yellow covers, but then they'll make the spine a different color, and it is very annoying. Please keep the spines the color of the actual cover. For the love of God, do me a favor, please. So I was like, ooh, a yellow book, let's check this out. And it actually makes total sense why I would pick this up. So these two guys are a bunch of haters, which means I've come across this because I went to music school. It's just these typical guys who absolutely hate everything. So it's like, oh, hey, my favorite band is this. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, they suck because of this, this, this. Like, horrible. They're haters. So they end up going into jazz camp. And the competition there, it is insane. Again, I've been to music school. Insane. And then they meet a girl, and she's a bigger hater than both of them combined. So they decide to run away from this jazz camp, start their own band, and then go on tour. So this is all about musicians, probably some songwritings, and maybe some romance, like a road trip romance. I'm guessing there's gonna be a love triangle, but I've never said no to a love triangle, okay? I said it. So I'm super excited to read this, and it is yellow, so it's a plus for me. Oh boy. Wow, this is really colorful. Alright, y'all, and that is all for the monthly book haul. Again, thank you so much for watching my channel. As you can see, this is about to tip over, so I'm going to make this quick. Thank you for watching my channel. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter and Instagram because that's where I put all of my polls, all of my ideas, and I actually talk to a lot of people on both of them. So again, thank you for watching my channel. I love you guys. Thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. And this is getting ridiculously heavy, so bye.